Hi everyone, welcome to Arukah Living, and here we teach medical machine work, we teach principles of organic gardening, and we learn more about country life. And this is the second video where we're going to share on principles of how to prevent diseases and problems in your garden. And many people ask me about my seeds. Yes, I plant open pollinated seeds, heirloom seeds which are non-GMO, and now speaking about that, I have 10 principles that I want to share with you today on preventing of diseases, and I'll continue in the next video as well. Number one is to plant the best varieties in the climate that you have. You need to understand your climate, and therefore not every variety of a specific vegetable will grow in your area very well, and therefore it will take a few seasons to figure out which variety will grow better in the right season. That means if you test tomato varieties, of course you have to plant it in summer. If you're testing kale varieties, it's the best to plant them in winter. So buy a few varieties, test them in your climate and see which grows the best. Principle number 2 is plant, if possible, in season. God has made the plants to grow in certain seasons. Don't try to grow a plant out of its season. And then brings me to the third point, and that is that I have found where I am in my climate, my seasons that I have, is that if I grow vegetables between cold and rainy season, there's a period of about 3 months without rain and going from cold to a hot season, or going from the rainy season when the rain stops into the cold season, those two gaps between cold and rain is my best planting time. There I plant a lot of vegetables and I have less bugs and less diseases in between those two seasons. So that is a good thing to remember. Number 4 is as a principle I learned from the mission field when we planted there, and that is to always go regularly into your garden to check your plants. Is there diseases? Is there new bugs? Is your plants healthy? Please put your footprints in your garden as regular as possible. Don't wait for a week. Maybe every day, maybe every second day, but not as far as a week, so that you can pick up problems in your garden earlier and deal with it earlier. Now, another thing is, we have spoken about the moist in the soil. It is so important to regularly also check the moist in your soil, that your soil is not too dry and that your soil is not too wet. It's rather underwater than overwater, as we said before, but check your soil regularly with the moisture content. You feel it by hand. Number 6 is I always try to cover my soil with grass or mulch to keep in the moist, and for the earthworms also in here, but you don't have to then water so regularly as well. And many diseases come from the soil onto your plant, so if you cover it nicely with a covering and you water your garden, those diseases cannot splash up to your plant, and your plants will be healthy as well. Now, another principle, number 7, is to plant your plants in stages so that you always have vegetables. Now, how does it help you with the diseases? Well, if you have plants in different stages and you have, for instance, hail, or you have frost, or you have bugs coming in, because there's more bugs in rainy season than in the other seasons, then you always have vegetables to plant and you don't lose your whole crop. So here I have a stage of carrots coming on, small carrots. Here's another stage of carrots right here. And then I have carrots that I'm eating at the moment. So then you don't lose everything at the same time. Principle number 8 is to help to keep your garden healthy, is to remove old leaves from your plants to make sure that your garden is clean that way. Now, as you can see, my kale has already shed some of the leaves on the ground, and if I lift here you can see the old leaves here, and you can just break them off and remove them out of your garden. So if you see old leaves on your plants, prune them, take the old leaves out, because they can even bring more diseases as well. Then I want you to just come and see here. Next to my kale I have old cherry tomatoes. Now, it's not good to leave old plants in the garden. If they've given the harvest, take them out as soon as you can. Pull the plants out, and when you pull them out, put your next layer of compost on there. so that you can prevent the diseases to go to other plants as well. So take them out as soon as possible. Another principle, principle number 10, is to make yourself a hot box or a mini greenhouse so that you can plant or germinate seeds before your actual season for that plant starts. So you win a month to a month and a half, and when you then go and plant it in the soil, when the frost is finished and so forth, you're already heading the season. That also helps with the diseases. Otherwise, if you start planting them in season, the rainy season comes, you don't have fruit yet, the bugs come and eat. So now you're a month and a half ahead and you're winning the bugs as well. So this helps a lot in your garden. God says in His Word in Mark 12 verse 30, actually Jesus tells us, love the Lord your God with all of your soul, with all of your heart, with all of your strength, and your neighbor as yourself. Now that describes our physical development of all our faculties, spiritually, mentally, physically, and socially. That's how we should develop, harmoniously. But it must be in the atmosphere of love, because God is love. That is the gospel in the garden.